Hi, my name is Emma Novak, and this is my PowerPoint for classroom management for Module 2. So some of my own philosophical beliefs that I've developed so far are just that students need to have a choice in their own learning, be able to have choices with the way in which they can show you as a teacher that they know this stuff, and just have options. Another one is getting to know each student on a deep level. And then something that Dr. A has always told us is that when kids know each other's name, achievement goes up and bullying goes down. So just having students get to know the other students in the class as well. Some classroom rules. For classroom rules, it's important for me, I think, to have a conversation with the students on that first day, and throughout that first week and those first 4 to 6 weeks, actually, developing those classroom rules, allowing the students to come up with rules that they want in their classroom, obviously with the guidance from me as the teacher, guiding that discussion and creating good rules. And then also just having the students commit to that, either with a contract or by signing the rules themselves. Rewards and incentives. I think there is a place for them. Some whole class rewards, such as a reading party at the end of the day or extra recess. And then also for certain students that might be something that they need, like a stickers chart or a behavior plan that has rewards built in. Misbehavior. I liked the phrase during the teacher panel that said praise publicly and punish privately. I think that is a very true statement of things that we need to keep in mind as teachers. When students are misbehaving, depending on the degree, obviously trying to ignore it is something I think works. But then I loved the other idea during the teacher panel of taking a break spot. And this can be used by the students. They can ask, like, can I take a break, and go out into the hallway and get their breathing time. And then that can also be something that we ask of students, do you need to go take a break right now, or something like that. Communication. I've liked a couple different ideas. One, the notebook that Mr. Merkowitz talked about, sending home like a note in there each day for the parents of what they did today, and that needs to come back every single day, signed by the parents. Also, email communication, and staying up on communication in that way. And I've also had this thought of having just like a class website where I could post links and things of what we're doing, and then students will always have their homework, even if they were to forget it, up on that website, and I can post different important news things each day. Routines during week 1. Doing some research, I just liked the idea of morning meetings. I think as a student that was something I really liked. But during the first few days of school, just explaining the point of morning meeting, what the goals of that are for, and what will get talked about and addressed during that time. Also, during that first week, building the sense of group, so get to know you activities with the kids and continuing that throughout the whole year. Creating rules, which we talked about, having that conversation with the students, and then gradually setting those rules in place during that first week. And then guided discovery, introducing students to different areas of the classroom, and letting them gradually get to know all the places, the reading corner, the art stations, whatever it may be in the classroom, and until they've been taught what that is, that they wouldn't be able to use it at that time. So introducing those things in that first week. The power of words. In the article, The Power of Words, it talked about that what we say really shapes thoughts, feelings, and emotions for people. And that's true even as adults, but even more so with students. So as a teacher, I would like to use words to reinforce student-teacher relationships, positive words, or changing even something negative to be positive by the way it sounds. Another thing they talked about was just being direct. An example of this a lot of teachers use is, I like how Jack and Jill are following along in their book. And maybe then that student that's off task can take that and get that reminder, like, oh yeah, I need to be on task. And then just conveying faith in the student's abilities and attempts by what we say, and that those words that we say as teachers have a lot of power to students and can really make or break their day. In an inclusive classroom, that's in the way, but making my classroom a safe space for students where they can trust me as a teacher, making everyone feel needed in the classroom and to have a role, and then using equity sticks, which was talked about in one of the articles, so that each student will have equal participation in the classroom discussion, and that I wouldn't constantly pick on the same student even by accident. And then these are some of my sources. Most of them are the D2L articles.